when we opened the business 2.5 years ago, we were the only ones, and we have now 7 or 8 companies. Yeah, so it's really booming and it's picking up, and so I guess like the first step is a good market research, yeah, to see if you've got a good concept. Yeah.
Welcome to the Business Narrative. It's me, Wajiha Nadeem. Today our guest is Tamara and Freddie. So how are you guys?
Very well,
Very
thank you.
good.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. Yeah.
I'm also doing great. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today and giving us your valuable time. So please introduce yourself, and we will start from Tamara. So please, Tamara, please introduce yourself and tell us about your business.
My name is Tamara. I am 35 years old and I'm one of the owners of Code Wake. Code Wake is a wakeboard, wake surf, wake foil, kite surf, basically a water sports center in Doha, the best one, obviously. And yeah, Freddie has to say more maybe about it. I'll hand over
Yeah.
to
So,
Freddie.
all right. Thanks, Tammy, for the introduction. So yeah, my name is Ferdinand. I'm from Germany originally. I'm 43 years old. Been in Doha for pretty much 16 years now. I mean, we have a long history together in Doha, and at some point, yeah, we decided to together with other partners, decided to get into the water sports world, yeah, and to make this our profession. And yeah, here we are together now.
It's a very unique idea to like run a business like wakeboarding and like wake surfing. So like water sports. So if someone wants to start this business, what will be the first steps?
Do you mean generally if someone wants to get into the world of water sports? Yeah. Um, well, of course, like with every business, you need to have a good idea of what exactly you want to do, right? And do a good market research, I guess. Yeah, that's the foundation for everything. Yeah. And Doha obviously has a lot of water sport possibilities. It's surrounded like by the sea. The weather is great most of the time. The temperatures are warm, as we all know. So the conditions generally for water sports are pretty good. Yeah. The market has been picking up a lot. So if someone would want to do something similar that we do, I think that would need to be carefully evaluated now. Yeah, when we opened the business 2.5 years ago, we were the only ones, and we have now 7 or 8 companies. Yeah, so it's really booming and it's picking up, and so I guess like the first step is a good market research. Yeah, to see if you've got a good concept. Yeah, and then of course like what we found tricky, not too tricky, but which takes time, is to find out about all the legal backgrounds, right? Which licenses do you need? Which type of business is that actually? Which business activity do you need to perform your business? Yeah, and this can be quite a challenging and also long process.
So
Yeah, we're both from Germany. Let me add just something. We're both from Germany. I'm from Germany as well, and we know bureaucracy, and we know how it can work if you have a bureaucratic state and you have support from bureaucracy. But in Qatar is really not the easiest way of finding out things like the information to get the information you need in terms of yeah, as Freddie said, like legal aspects is really difficult. So you basically have to run around and try to find out. And if one day once one person tells you something, doesn't mean that tomorrow is the same. So this is basically the biggest struggle that we still have sometimes.
like from my point of view, it's a very seasonal business. So how someone can survive in like off-peak seasons?
With innovative ideas.
So can you give us some ideas?
Well, we don't really have an off season. So you would think maybe summer is an off season because of the heat. We still operate We have, of course, the closure times, the work ban that everybody has in Qatar for outdoor works that we are definitely working with. But the early mornings and the afternoons, we're still operating, and it's surprisingly very well booked. People actually like to do these things still outdoors, even if it's hot. The winter season we cover as well because we have wetsuits. That means even if it is cold, we are able to offer you the same experience. We just give you something to wear, and you still have the same fun, or even more because you're a bit more protected. So for us, we don't have an off season really.
Yeah.
So, do these types of businesses really like require a lot of amount of investments?
It does. The upfront costs for a business like we have is enormous actually. Yeah. The most expensive thing for us are the boats. Yeah. For people who don't know what exactly we're doing, we've been just talking about wake surf and the wakeboard business. So that means this is like the core business of our company, of our wake surf center, is the boats. Yeah. So people get pulled by a boat, and the boat makes a wave behind the boat that the people can surf. Yeah, this is what wake surfing is for those who don't really know what it is. And for this, you need a special type of boat. They look a little bit like sport boats. They're like 23 foot long, but they've got they've got ballast tanks in the boat, so the boat gets very heavy, displaces more water, and can form a nice wake that you can surf. Yeah, this technology is quite expensive. It is also a boat that has a special like propulsion system to make it safe. Yeah, so you cannot perform this activity with any kind of sport boats. In fact, it would actually get very, very dangerous if you wouldn't try to perform this behind just any sport boat. Yeah, so the upfront costs for boats like this are high. Yes, and then the maintenance is a challenge for us, for every water sport business in Doha. I think not only for us, but we all know it gets very hot in Doha, and the sea is very salty. So is the air. It's very dusty. It's a lot of sun. So the efforts that we have to keep the boats in a good shape is quite a challenge.
Yeah, the thing that haunts the new entrepreneur is, okay, what will happen if some accidents will happen, or so how will like
Mhm.
you cope up with these things?
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, we hope that nothing happens. Yeah, it's like everyone. Yeah, generally, the activity that we do is very safe. Yeah, it is. I'm not saying that there is no risk involved. As like with every sport, things can happen, small things, but generally, especially wake surfing, is a very safe sport. It is very slow. It has low impact on the body. You don't require a lot of strength, and yeah, it's relatively slow and chilled. We have professional staff who are trained and who have coaching licenses, so they've got the right steps. They've got the driving skills. They require driving license to actually drive the boat in a safe manner. These are some precautionary things that we have in place, right?
They have a lifeguard
Tammy,
course as well. They have a
exactly.
lifeguard course as well. Like we have a lot of we are prepared, let's say, and we make sure that our staff is so well trained that they know how to handle situations or difficult situations. And the most important is to brief your customers. They need to follow the rules. So we're setting rules for them to be safe. As long as this is being followed, there is, as Freddie said, relatively low risk.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And in
what
terms
type of
yeah, and just to add this, like in terms of a business perspective, of course, we're trying to protect ourselves with these measures that Tommy also said, with first aid courses that we do, with the lifeguard courses, but then also every client needs to sign a waiver, right? That everyone agrees and writes and gives his consent to perform an adventure sport, yeah, where there is some slight risk involved, yeah. Kids who want to come, they would need to be accompanied by a parent. The parents needs to sign the waiver. Yeah, they all need to say that they're safe swimmers, that they don't have any medical conditions. Just like we know this also from other parts of the world where you need to sign a waiver when you agree to perform an adventure sport. Yeah.
So if someone is like doing the wakeboarding or wake surfing first time, so what tips or techniques they should keep in mind?
Hmm.
Well,
I
first of
mean,
all, again, listen to the staff. All of our staff, they know how to coach. We are as well. The first and the best and fastest learners are usually the ones that actually listen, the tips and tricks. So we're gonna coach you in a way of explaining you the whole process, and then you have a try, and we explain you again. So I mean, for me, it doesn't make sense to teach you now exactly like in a. You need to lay down on your back. You put your feet on the board. Like the whole steps. Come have a session with us. We'll show you.
the most
So
important thing is to relax. Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is the thing, and that's something that we try with our staff, that will create a good atmosphere on the boat, like a very chilled surfer style atmosphere. Most important thing is that clients relax, even if it's the first time. Yeah, it's an activity that is very approachable for all age classes. Yeah, and you don't need to be super fit for this, as long as you are comfortable in the water. Of course, you have to be fine in the water. You cannot be scared of the water, and then you relax. Yeah, and you want to let the boat do the work, like let it pull you out. The worst thing that can happen is if you get tight, if you hold on too much, if you try to pull yourself up, that just makes things hard. But if you really listen to our instructors and to us, and if you stay relaxed, then it's all going to work well.
so anyone can do this, or is there like specific things you see in the clients for the
Anyone can do
trainings?
it. Anyone can do it. Fit,
Everyone can do it.
unfit, any age. That's the nice thing about it.
Yeah. There's also a difference, right, between wake surfing and wakeboarding. Wakeboarding is relatively fast. This requires maybe a little bit of a physical fitness. There's a lot of strength that you need in your shoulders and your upper body, but especially wake surfing, and that's I think why it's such a boom activity at the moment. So really, like 90% or maybe even 90% of our customers come for wake surfing. It's very chilled. You don't need to be fit and super sporty for it. Yeah.
So is there any weight restrictions for that?
No.
Okay. So any funny moment that you encountered during God wakes?
Okay, Tommy is leaving for a few minutes. Okay, for a few seconds, checking for the baby. Um, Um, Little things that always happen, like for example, when I was on the boat, I fell into the water, trying to demonstrating some exercises. A roller came, the boat started to shake, and I fell in the water. I think these are things that every one of us already experienced. Yeah, like I just said already, right? I fell several times in the water. That it's in the station while jumping around, trying to prepare the boats, on the boats when I was coaching, trying to demonstrate some exercises. I remember a funny situation when Tommy dropped her two phones in the water. You want to
Yeah,
tell this one?
my business phone and my private one. Like there's a tiny gap in between station and the walkway. And I don't know how, like somehow I just saw them falling out of my bag in slow motion, both going into this tiny gap, but like both. And I was in panic, like, oh my God, help, someone has to dive. Then one of our staff members, PT, was the hero of the day. He just jumped in, found them both, and both are still working. So, yeah, well, what are the chances? But yeah.
Yeah. And what's maybe
Cool.
nice as well, what we always do for our anniversary, which we celebrate in February, we have sort of a little like competition for our guests, for the community that we're trying to build up around the activity and our brand. We call it Can It Be Served? Um, So it's where we try to surf any random objects. For example, we have an ironing board that is a little bit shaped like a surfboard, right? Or we have a little like red dino, like a toy for kids that we throw in the water and that we try to surf on, which is hilarious. No one has
Chairs,
conquered
like
the dino yet, yeah, but that's always a very, very funny thing actually to do in winter.
yeah.
So, by the way, what's the best place of wakeboarding in the Doha?
The best place in Doha, yeah,
Foot wake.
that's where we are, right?
I
Yeah,
agree.
we are based on the Pearl, and we operate from the Pearl, from Porto Arabia Marina, and just outside of the Pearl in the bay between West Bay, the Pearl, and Saflia Island. That's a beautiful spot. That's the best one that you can have here in Doha, I think.
Definitely.
So,
Is the people, our team is amazing. We have the best team. We have a great community as well. Like people that started with us 2 years ago when we opened, or 2.5 years ago when we opened, and they're still with us. And it's like we became friends already. Like we have a very, very beautiful community.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're usually doing community events as well. So we really take care of our people, of our not only customers, they're our friends. It's our type of people.
so what tips will you give to new entrepreneurs who are gonna start in this industry?
Well,
Yeah.
I would for sure say, if it's something that you really like, if it's your passion, if it's something that you love to do yourself, you will be successful. Like, don't see this as a business opportunity or as a business only. We all surf, we all wakeboard, we all do it. We do what we love, and we love to share what we love. So
No, absolutely.
I think, yeah,
I think that's a very, very important aspect of
Yeah.
this industry. Not only the wake surf and wakeboard, but also kite surf and skate industry and all of these sports. You've got to
that's a
live this, right?
lifestyle.
It's sort of a lifestyle as well. You've got to live it, and
Yeah.
you need to be good at the activity that you're doing. We all are not professional surfers. Yeah, we don't compete. We don't have an international level, but we're all like decent surfers enough to that we can know what the clients need to get from us. Yeah, and I think that's important. And then the other tip, apart from that, we spoke already about good business research and the business research and the challenges that you have when opening a business is be prepared to work a lot. Like we all, I think, have never worked that much in our life as the last 2.5 years since we opened the business. And yeah, we're on it.
See.
we're on it
That's
every
true.
day, right? Like, and in a small industry like this, in a small business like this, you need to be prepared to do everything as well, right? It's not like in a big financial company or anywhere else in the corporate world. You do everything, especially in a small business, right? With a team of just a handful of people in the end. Yeah, like you're doing HR, you're doing admin, but I'm also sort of a mechanic. Like I'm cleaning up the things, throwing out the trash and being on the boat and trying to shop for spare parts and whatever. Like, so be prepared to work a lot, but it's very rewarding as well.
And I think in every business, if it's your own, you're never off.
Yeah.
This is something that I definitely underestimated, that you're never off. Your brain never stops thinking about it. Like, even you are not there physically, I'm not there physically now, but like I'm constantly, of course, I'm also in contact with customers, but I'm constantly there worrying. We are always updating each other. We don't have days off, not even like vacations, whatever. It's like, it's the beauty of it, but also the pain, honestly.
Yeah. But again, then it's rewarding, right? As Tommy said, some customers really became friends, and the beautiful thing about this industry is people come there to have a good time, right? They book a slot, they book a session to be in the outdoors, to be in the sunshine, and that's more or less our office. And people come with a good vibe, and in 99% of the cases leave with a bigger smile that they came to us, yeah, and that does
Yeah.
something to you, yeah. Like when you can make them happy, when you get a customer on the board, when you can accompany them in the first steps they're doing in this activity, that's very, very rewarding, and that's absolutely worth all the effort and all the worries and struggles and challenges as well.
No.
So, guys, it's really nice talking to you, and thank you so much for all these insights. So, how can people find you and connect you?
Tammy, that's
You
yours.
can you can find us either if you Google code wake or put code-wake.com. We have a pretty easy self-explanatory website. You can book your slots, you choose your time, just book your slots of wakesurf or wakeboard. If you have more questions, reach out 55447736 on WhatsApp or give us a call. Or Instagram as well, of course. We're happy to speak with you in any case. So yeah, come over, have a good time with us, and yeah, we love to grow our community.
Absolutely.
So, it's really nice talking to you. Thank you so much, guys. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
very
having us.
much, and I hope to see you all soon on the water with us. Yeah.
Yes.
Enjoy very soon. Okay, goodbye.
All right.
Ciao, ciao.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.